What's up guys, today is another point of view tutorial and today I'm teaching you guys how to heel flip. The heel flip is also a beginner trick and that's why it's amongst the basic flatground tricks that I'm covering. You want to make sure you learn all these basic tricks properly because if you continue skateboarding you'll need them for more complicated combinations. There are just loads of combinations on all these basic tricks. Combinations for the heel flip I can think of are inward heel flips, backside heel flips, maybe even heel flip to noseslides, inward heel flip to tailslides, so that's why I keep telling you guys to learn these tricks properly. Before you learn any basic trick like the heel flip, you want to be able to ride around on a skateboard. Try to make sure that you're comfortable on a skateboard in general. For the heel flip, the only trick you need is an ollie. You can check out my ollie tutorial for that one. Also, you don't need to learn kickflips first. Even though it's a flip, it's a completely different trick. Most people do learn kickflips first though, but I just recommend learning the one first that you think is cooler. This way it also gives you more motivation to learn that trick. The heel flip is one of the more advanced basic tricks. Just like the kickflip, it definitely takes practice to land this one. There's always been a discussion whether the heel flip or kickflip is a harder trick. I don't think either one of them is harder, but it's just really what you practice more becomes easier. Super logical actually, but I think that's what this common argument is based on. And now it's time for me to explain your feet. Let's get into the foot positioning. Place your front foot right next to the bolts, but place it a whole lot more forward than you would for an ollie. You want to place it so that in theory you would be able to wiggle your toes up and down without your board touching it. Wiggle wiggle. If you want to hear some more accurate numbers, I would say about 75% of your foot is still on your board. You shouldn't be approaching skateboarding so scientific though, because I'm always telling you guys, play around with your foot positioning because some foot positions might feel more comfortable for you. Your back foot is going to be on your tail, but looking at my own foot positioning, I see that it's a little bit more backwards, just really a little bit. Physics told me that I do this to keep my balance. It makes up for my 25% wiggly front foot toes hanging over my board. What's also important for a heel flip is to keep your shoulders in line with your board. In my videos I'm not doing it all the time, but when learning this trick I recommend doing this. This will definitely help you to keep your balance when doing the trick. Also try and stay above your board, that's really important as well. Now let's take a look at the movement as a whole. The movement I'm talking about in my videos is the movement which has to do with your board when you're jumping up. So in this case the movement after bending your knees. Step 1. Pop and kick. This is definitely the most complicated step because this determines your board's movement. Your board's rotation really comes all from your heel, which is quite hard to understand in the beginning. You really use your ankle to get your foot in this shifted sliding position. Also notice that when I heel flip my kick goes forward quite a bit. It's almost like I'm doing a karate kick. Step 2. Staying above your board. This step is quite hard for a heel flip since I know most people tend to lose their boards behind them. You really want to make sure to keep your balance above your board. If this is a hard step for you, try to focus on this and try to stay in control of your board. To help you out, you can even just practice doing half a flip and then landing on it. Step 3. Catching and landing. This is definitely the easiest step. Just catch your board after it rotated all the way. Keep your balance while you're in the air and at the moment you hit the ground, bend your knees. Absorb the impact and stay in control over your board. Now it's time for my totally not over-exaggerated common mistakes. The first one I already talked about and that's losing your board behind you. Another tip to help you fix this is keeping your shoulders and whole body above your board more. Don't be scared to land back on your board as well. Another mistake is landing your front foot only. If this is your case, try to not flick your board forward so much. Also, when you pop, put more weight on your front foot than you previously did. This way you'll automatically keep your board closer. If you have any other problem, a good tip in general is try to think of something to fix that problem without caring about another problem occurring. So for example, try to work on not losing your board behind you, but don't care about it not flipping all the way. This will help you to focus more on your first problem, and once you're able to stay above your board and land back on your board, then try to work on flipping it all the way. So first fix your first problem, and then after that fix your second. Once you got the solutions for those two, try to combine them, and then you got your trick. So that's how I learned a lot of flip tricks. Another thing I wanted to say is that it takes a lot of time to really get the hang of these tricks. If you ever see someone popping a nice heel flip super easily, just remember that he was once where you are now. The difference is that he decided to put a crazy amount of hours into learning that trick. Now it's just up to you. So stay positive and you'll get there. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I'm now at 2,000 subs, so I think that's pretty freaking cool. The idea behind this video is that I'm teaching you skateboarding from your point of view. This is how you would see yourself learning these tricks, and doing tutorials this way helps you to self-visualize. That really works. And you know, there are already a ton of regular tutorials out there, so I'm sure these different ones will help you out. Subscribe for more upcoming tutorials and regular skate videos. Peace out, skate on, learn your tricks, land them, go out there and skate.